Hi Adam, this is Todd. I'm sorry WebEx wasn't working for us. I'm put together this video so that you could see what we were gonna walk through on WebEx. On your screen, you should see the login for Seed Tools. If you just go to www.seedtools.com, you get this login prompt, and you should have a username and password. Um, and the password is a bunch of nonsense characters that I'll show you how to change. So type in the username, type in the password, and click login, and you'll see the event portal. The first thing you want to do is go change your password. So you'll see Adam Zach's up here up at the top. Click here, and you can put in your existing password and then put in your new password, and then click the change password button, and your password will be set to something that you can remember. Basic navigation around the site. There are currently 5 tabs. You'll see an extra tab here once your app is published for analytics. Right now it's hidden. The dashboard is your central area for looking at things. So you'll see different statistics once we're collecting data from the app. You'll see publishing updates. So there's this whole system of publishing data to make sure that it gets out to the users once you've made changes to data after the app is submitted in the store. And then if you're going to do advertising inside of your app, there's a list of active advertisements in here. Like I said, there's going to be an analytics page that just isn't showing because we aren't collecting data yet. But once your app is in the store and people are using it, you'll see this new tab show up. The second page is the event data area, and this is where you're going to manage all of your artists, venues, and shows. And you have buttons up here at the top that show you how to that let you add those things and bulk upload data if you have it, and if you're using an external system to manage this same data for like web scheduling, we can synchronize with that as well. The event settings tab is where you set up the basic information about your event, and then some details about the iPhone app. And once we roll out the other platforms, you'll see more tabs in here, like BlackBerry and Android. Um, Publishing is where once you're done making changes to data, you need to publish those changes, and I'll go through this in detail here in a little bit. And then advertising is where you manage the different advertisements that are going to show up in the app if that's something that you're going to want to do. This drop down list here is just so if you manage multiple events, you can switch between them. And that's the basic interface that we're working with today. So the first part that you'll want to visit is the event settings. You'll want to specify the name of your event, and this is just so that you can see it everywhere inside the app. The start date and end date of your event, and I believe that we've filled all these in for you already, but you can make changes here. The event website, the time zone of your event, the words that you used for artist or venue or show. Any field in the interface, if you just hold your mouse over it, it'll have a quick explanation of what the field is. So that might be helpful if there's something you don't understand inside of here. Um, the we have a couple of custom attributes that you can have for your artists inside the app. So if you have something like country or genre, you can put that in here. And so if you specify a custom attribute, you'll see that in the artist data. So we'll get to that in the event data section. The iPhone details. You need to have a short name for your app. it's the name that's going to show underneath the icon on the iPhone that people are going to run, so it has to be pretty short. The full name, which is going to be the name that shows up in the App Store. Any keywords you want people to be able to search on to find your app in the store. The URL of the if you have a page on your website about the iPhone, you need to specify that here. And again, it's required by Apple that we have a URL describing the app. So you'll need a page on your site for that. The app support email. So if you need to have an email address, again, this is just part of the steps involved with submitting the app. So just have an email address that you look at. But for Lollapalooza and ACL, we had a combined 110,000 downloads and not a single support email. So it's not something you're going to be spending a lot of time handling. The test iPhone UDID. This is the ID of the iPhone or iPod Touch that you're going to use to test the app. So when we get done building the app, we need to send it to you to look at, make sure it looks right, make sure the data looks right before we submit it to the store. To get your UDID, the best and easiest way to do that is to go to the App Store and download an app. It's free. It's called UDID Finder, and install that on the phone that you're going to use that you want to use for testing, and it'll show you that ID, and paste it in here. This is important because it's also that test iPhone is going to be used for when you're publishing changes to your data. Let's say an artist drops out of the lineup, you need to make that change. Well, you publish that change in test mode so you can make sure that the update comes down correctly, and then once it looks okay, then you republish things live. And I'll show you that on the publishing tab here in just a moment. Date filter button format. They're just different ways to specify the dates that show up in the filter buttons in the app. If you have special events, we have a filter button that we can show in the app, for headliners, for example. If you want to use that feature, just put some text here. If you don't, then don't. And then the App Store description is going to be the description that shows up in the App Store for your app. So you might want to go copy the description from the ACL app and paste that in here and modify it to suit your event, and we can help you with this as well.